Hello again, and this afternoon the Constitutional Review Committee has recommended a strict limit on election campaigns, proposing that political parties and candidates be allowed to campaign for a period of 120 days ahead of the general elections. Well, the proposal forms part of broader reforms aimed at reducing the high cost of politics and curb excessive monetization of elections. Under the recommendation, no form of electioneering will be permitted outside the designated campaign window, with spending, fundraising and campaign activities regulated within the period. Well, the committee also proposes tighter controls on campaign financing, including expenditure limits, mandatory disclosure of funding sources, and sanctions for abuse of incumbency. Let's run you through it briefly. So these are some of the proposals that they are recommending in that particular report. It says it is recommending the establishment of an independent register and regulator of political parties and campaigns, which will be called the IRRPC. And the IRRPC will take over from the EC's powers and functions in governing political parties and campaigns. And it shall administer a democracy fund supporting policy development, gender inclusion, and non-campaign activities. And it will ensure a limit on the campaigning days to a fixed period before general elections, which the chairman of the Constitutional Review Committee cited an example as 120 days for the campaign period. It also recommends a restriction on the amount and kind of expenditure a political party or candidate may incur in a campaign. It will also require the IRRPC's approval of fees charged by parties on aspirants and candidates in primaries. Mandate the disclosure and independent audits of campaign finances of political parties. All right, so let's get some analysis on this. And Rashid Tanko Computer is with the governing NDC. He is the Deputy Director of IT and Elections with the NDC. Rashid, always good to have you on the show. Good afternoon. Welcome to the program. The new cap that the Constitutional Review Committee is recommending is that there should be a period in which people can campaign. People, I mean political parties, which of course you're a party to. And then the chairman of the Constitutional Review Committee cited an example that, for example, there could be a 120-day period for campaigns to happen before elections are done. And it, according to him, it is to curb, the monetization of our election campaign period. Is that something that your party, the NDC, agrees with?
Well, let me say good afternoon to your cherished listeners and viewers across the globe. Well, it's something that the party is considering, and we're still waiting for the government white paper on the report as delivered yesterday, so that we can also take our position on it. But clearly, it makes sense. It makes sense because you come into power. I mean, they were sworn in the following week. Opposition is out there with their campaigns and press conferences all over the place, putting a lot of impediments in the way of the government. It doesn't make sense. It stagnates development in the country. And I think that it does make sense that we can have a period of which we're supposed to do campaigning, so that we can allow the government of the day ample time to deliver its manifesto promise to the people, rather than forcing the government to also play into the game of being all-round campaigning. That is not good for the country. That's not good. I don't think a developed country, they do this kind of thing.
But Rashid, a conversation has already started building around this one. Some say that it will, provide undue advantage to the government in power, because the government in power, although will not be campaigning, but will be having some subtle campaign when it gets to election period, and will have an unfair advantage over the opposition.
Kind of undue advantage will the of the day get from that. Clearly, your performance will let the people vote for you. You can even have the whole day talking plenty. What happened in 2024? I mean, you saw it. The government had all the day. They had the field of all the incumbency advantage, but they got only 38%. So clearly, that one there, I don't see any undue advantage the government will get from this. The only thing is that the government will have ample time to deliver its manifesto promise to the people. I mean, we cannot have 4-year all-round campaigning. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And that's what we are seeing right now. See what the opposition is doing. You will see that they have reduced the whole governance of this country into campaign mode. Day in, day out, they are holding press conferences. Day in, day out, they are attacking. They are saying all manner of things about government. And they are even telling their supporters that they are winning the next election.
Rashid, that's, can I come in here? That's the duty of the opposition. It's supposed to keep the government in check, no?
No, you see, we are not saying that people should not criticize when there's a need for them to criticize. That is why they are in parliament. Yes, we are aware. They are the minority in parliament. Yes. But when you reduce the whole thing to political propaganda, that is not criticism. That is not it at all.
Right.
You see what they are doing? They are all over saying that the next election they are winning. They are winning the next elections. They are doing it. What are they doing? Is that criticism? You are not doing anything. You are just to continue the 2024 campaign. That is what they are doing. And I think that it does make sense that if we put a cap to which period are we supposed to do campaigning, then so be it. It makes it good for us. Yes, it makes it good for us. I mean, who doesn't want to have good development in the country, the community, so that the people will enjoy their fruit of their labor? But if we reduce it to campaigning period, the whole 4-year round campaigning, I mean, we'll lose sight. You are going to make the government also focus its attention on some of the development that will bring him vote. And that is not what we are looking at. It does make sense. That's a proposal that makes sense. I mean, let's see how it's going to play out. And in fact, let's congratulate the committee. They did very well. I mean, if you look at some of the proposals, very, very down to earth. I mean, the NDC, it couldn't have come at the right time than this period. Don't forget, it was the NDC that served the 1992 Constitution. And we are the same group that is going to amend it for Ghanaians. You see how nature works. I mean, so it couldn't have come at a better time than this time. And so we're looking at it. We're waiting for the government white paper. Then we take it on from there.
Rashid, don't go yet. Let me now bring in Haruna Mohammed, who is the Deputy General Secretary of the Opposition NPP. Haruna, one of the recommendations by the Constitutional Review Committee is to put a cap on the campaign period. And of course, the chairman of the committee said that, for example, there could be a 120-day campaigning period in which politicians can use to campaign. And he says that this will ensure that, the monetization of our politics at least will be reduced to the barest minimum. Is that something that the MPP subscribes to?
Thank you very much. I would like to good afternoon to your charity. Good afternoon, Rashid, brother. First, I want to correct some impression that is out. The end of the next Constitution.
Mr. Mohammed, I'm really struggling to hear you. If you can kindly reposition yourself.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Much better.
All right. I'm saying that I would like to say good afternoon to your charity viewers, my sheet. I want to just correct some statements I've made. Respect the 1920 Constitution. The M did not pass the 1920 Constitution. At the time that there was like.
Rashid, sorry, Haruna, I'm still really struggling to hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Please kindly speak and let me see if it's any better.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, much better. Let's try again.
Okay. I'm saying that I would like to say good afternoon to your cherished viewers.
Right.
And Rashid, my brother. And I would want to make a correct to answer your question. I am saying that the end did not have sense in the Constitution. There is sense standing and then even from that. So the NDC was after the constitution came forth. All the political parties that have joined the Fourth Republic were formed after the 1992 Constitution, had given right to multi-party democracy. So it is not true that the NDC backed the 1992 Constitution. You've made a very critical point. We've seen the report, a summary of the report that has been making rounds. The MPP has referred this report to the Directorate of Legal and a certain group of people who have been put together by the National Executive Committee and National Council to look at the recommendations. And also, we had also made some recommendations to the Constitutional Review Committee. Okay. And the MPP will make our official statement on the recommendations that have been made by the Constitutional Review Committee. So for now, for us to have an official position of the party, I will wait to get the recommendations or what the committee or the body that has been mandated by the party to guide and shape the kind of recommendations that the MPP will also be looking out in terms of what has been submitted to the presidency. So wait to also get the white paper that will also critically inform the direction and what government exactly wants to do at the MPP. We either criticize or we make other recommendations that will further deepening the democratic process of our country.
Haruna, that's fine, but you're a politician. On the face value of it, personally, do you think it's a good idea to cap, the campaign period of elections?
It depends. Campaign period. Sometimes political parties are not only engaged in campaign. Political parties are also mandated to carry out their political activities. So it depends upon how you view the activities of political parties as campaign. If political parties are on the route of making sure that they get officers or they are making committees to review why they lost elections and all that, you cannot term them as if again the political party is about so that they get next part better, you cannot term them. These are intra-party activities. So you need to clearly.
I'm starting to lose you again.
And that is something that we must critically look. If it's campaign, then focus must be that. If it is inter campaign, then focus must be given so that this thing and not tie the hands of the political party when it's generalized of the day.
Well, your brother from the NDC, Rashid Tanko Computer, says this is a very good idea. He thinks that this is a very good, proposal from the Constitutional Review Committee because he says that it will stop some, what he described as nuisance campaigns by your party, organizing press conferences here and there, trying to make the government ungovernable. So he feels that if this cap is brought to, measure and monitor politicians and political parties to ensure that you don't campaign when you are not supposed to. He thinks it's a good idea. What's your response to that?
I think that if his party and his government stop political persecution, people will not also be agitated. So if they limit or stop political persecution, then there will be a very good environment for political government. We have not made ourselves a campaign. All the activities that we are doing in relation and response to the government immediate actions certain matters. When you remind government about an activity that or a promise that have made to the people of Ghana in the history of the campaign, once they are governing, that is check. It's a responsible opposition. So you have to check the government in terms of the promises they have made. So in the process of checking them and checkmating and marking and ticking all the boxes, you cannot term it as campaign. So I think that my brother should further sit down again and look at it. That's why I'm saying that the experts should sit down and look at all the thematic areas and tick all the boxes that will guide what we call campaign. You don't need to just say that campaign. Campaign is in vacuum. You need to specify and let us know what are the directions, what are the intricacies, what are the threats, what are you going to pick, what are the barriers, all those things must be checked. So you cannot term everything as campaign. Don't go and do political arrest and don't expect a political party not to react. Don't promise and then refuse to do that and an opposition and a political party speaks, we think they are doing campaign. So we must be careful to draw the barriers and draw the line with respect to what we call political campaign.
Gentlemen, don't go yet. I'll come back to you. But in the meantime, though, the Constitutional Review Committee has also proposed major reforms to the appointment process of the Electoral Commission, recommending that the Council of State take the lead role in selecting the EC Commissioner and Deputy Commissioners. Under the proposal, vacancies on the commission will be filled through an open, competitive and merit-based procedures conducted by the Public Services Commission with shortlisted candidates submitted to the Council of State. The Council of State will then nominate a candidate for presidential appointment subject to prior parliamentary approval. Let's take a look briefly at some of the recommendations. Right, and there you have it. It says that there should be limit campaign days to... Right, so there you have it now. The EC head and deputies shall hold office for a single 10-year term, reduce the number of deputy commissioners from 4 to 2. The EC should publish the procedure for dealing with death of a presidential candidate. Right, gentlemen, I believe you heard that one. The proposal is that the EC should be mandated to a one term of 10 years, and the appointment should be done by the Council of State and not by the President. The President is now out of the picture completely by this proposal. Rashid Tanko Computer, is that a good idea?
Well, I'll wait for the white paper on this until I can make any comments on that.
Rashid, I didn't get that.
I'm saying that I will wait on the government white paper on such recommendations, on all these recommendations, until I can make further comments on those.
But personally, though, what do you make of it?
Don't forget, I'm an officer of the party. I'm a senior officer of the party, and
Right.
I don't have personal position on this. I'd rather wait for the white paper, and then we'll take it on from there.
Haruna, same for you?
For me, I've already told you that the party will raise a position. But my question is that if we are talking about the Council of State, is the Council of State dependent political manifestation? So there should be a that how independent it is. So the Council of State has that because the Council of State now is principal. They are working for the government today, and the government of the state has authority of appointment to the Council of State, and then supervise and there with their must and do all that they elected in represent them in the various. Look at what happened, but so we must be looking at how independent Council of State may be. So that was added while the government come out right, and the party determined come out with their position on this particular.
I want to pick your thought on this one too. That has been in the news for quite some time now. The increasing the term, the number of years you can serve in a term from 4 to 5. Haruna, what do you make of that? Is that a good idea?
I tried something like that which did not materialize, and that one was not on him. He was doing it for the government that will come. On that particular aspect, time supposed to look at it, position of party, and I think if it varies the large is why not the larger and also looking at the implications of participants in other states in terms of the number, what happens afterwards. All those things will have had. By then, the government, they have the opportunity to deliver that triggered that, and that triggered that because all that is happening, all that the Constitutional Committee have done, they have out. It's not all that is accepted or put on the white paper.
Okay.
We need big concrete matters that government intends to prosecute so that they have a list of all those particular aspects that keep democratic process and governance in the country.
Right. Rashid Tanko Computer, surprisingly or unsurprisingly, I don't know, but a lot of politicians have really welcomed this move, the 4 years is not enough. That's what many say, and they are welcoming the move for 5 years. Do you share in that view?
Well, that's why I told you that the government is studying the report and will soon come out with its position on some of the proposals made. But their proposals are so beautiful. I mean, if you look at their proposals, they've done a fantastic job on the proposals to make sure that we have a very workable constitution. You know, the constitution has been in force for almost 30 years, and a lot of things have come to pass. And then considering the sub-region, some of the best practices across the country, the globe. Well, you wait. It won't be long. Government is working. I know cabinet is setting this today. They are looking at it. I mean, it won't be long. Government will come out with its position. Okay. And then we can make an informed discussion on this thing.
Rashid Tanko Computer is the Deputy Director of IT and Elections with the governing NDC. And earlier we heard from Haruna Mohammed, who is the Deputy General Secretary of the opposition NPP. Away from that, though, the Minister for Interior, Muntaka Mohammed, says Ghana's development depends on a peaceful environment, affirming the government's commitment to providing the necessary security infrastructure to ensure the peace required for development. At the opening of the National Signals Bureau Command in Sunyani in the Bunu region, the minister assured the chiefs and residents of their safety and charged the command's staff not to use the facility to intimidate or extort the public.
As part of the government's renewed focus on national security, critical security infrastructure is being upgraded and extended to strategic locations nationwide. In the Bunu region, the National Signals Bureau has commissioned a new command to enhance security operations and also support Ghana's national security framework. At the commissioning ceremony in Sunyani, attended by chiefs, security officials, ministers, and members of parliament, the National Security Coordinator, COP Abdul Razak Osman, highlighted the importance of the command to the region.
Modern threats are complex. They are technology-driven and often invisible. Intelligence and early warning, therefore, are now the central architectural beam of all securities in the world. The Bunu region is significant because it has a strategic commercial and transit hub linking the southern Ghana to the Middle Belt.
Director General of the National Signals Bureau, Dr. George Atabuatin, affirmed the Bureau's commitment to ensuring public safety.
This facility is purposely built and well equipped to strengthen the Bureau's regional coordination of operations, enhance intelligence collection, support regional security operations, and provide a high secure environment for sensitive and classified activities. We affirm our resolve to proactively neutralize digital and cyber-enabled threats before they materialize, ensure public safety, uphold the highest standards of professionalism, and at all times respect and protect the rights and freedoms of the people of this region.
Minister of Interior Alhaji Muntaka Muhammad Mubarak urged other security agencies to fully utilize the facility. He also assured chiefs and residents that the command will operate responsibly to drive development and not be used to intimidate or extort the public.
This facility is established for your benefit. As a country, we can only develop in a peaceful environment. And this command is part of government's commitment to providing the framework to secure the peace that this region needs to develop. I therefore encourage you to embrace this command, support its personnel, and view it as a shared resources for your security and priority. To the Director General and the National Signal Bureau team, I commend your dedication. To the officers who will be serving here, you are entrusted with a significant responsibility. Serve the people of this region with diligence and respect. Please don't use this as a license to intimidate people. Don't use this as a license to extort. Don't use this as a license to misbehave.
Precious Semevo, Joy News, Sunyani.
Let's now bring you our conversation with one of the aspirants for the NPP flag bearer position, Dr. Brian Echampon. He did that interview with my colleague Evans Mensah. Enjoy.